DHT for your TRT protocol, for PFS, PSSD, okay, so even for guys that have been using things like Sopometo, okay, if you want to boost libido, if you want to boost erectile quality, okay, if you want to get really great body, okay, even strength, okay, so better function of androgen receptors, of course you need DHT, okay, but there is a lot of hype about DHT, okay, so, and honestly, is DHT answer for everything, okay? Let's find out in this video, okay? So, maybe you heard a lot about alpha girls on Twitter, okay? So, there are also other guys talking about DHT, how perfect it is and so on, okay? There is a lot of hype about DHT gels, okay? So, I don't want to criticize someone, okay? I will only tell things from my experience, okay? So, most of these DHT girls, what they should do, okay? So, they can increase DHT in tissue directly, so they can affect erectile quality, they can even affect serum DHT, okay? So, we as a guys, we need DHT, okay? So even if you are on TRT, it doesn't mean you are producing a lot of DHT, okay? Because in the past, you can do something that was blocking your 5-alpha reductase enzyme that is converting testosterone to DHT. And suddenly, even if you are using things like injectable testosterone, you are still low on DHT, okay? So the golden rule should be around 10% of testosterone should convert to DHT, okay? So you can even lower these, okay, and get like from lower testosterone more DHT, but there is a certain threshold, okay? So guys, it's not always just about the level of, for example, testosterone or DHT itself, but also the ratios, okay? So DHT also can be a factor that can limit the over aromatization, okay? It's not complete estradiol blocker, okay, but it can help a lot by blocking estradiol. Also, you need to understand that if your estradiol is very high due to several reasons, like if you take TRT, okay, so if you take injectable like long esters, okay, if you take HCG, higher dose of HCG, okay, even higher dose of DHEA, you can have higher level of estradiol. And estradiol fights for the same pathways. You can either have like functional 5-alpha reductase enzyme and you have a lot of DHT, okay, or proper level of DHT, and then you can also aromatize a lot, and at the end you will have less of DHT, okay? So guys, the first step, okay, the first logic is to lower estradiol, okay? So there are natural methods how you can do this, okay? If you need my help, you will find the email for my coaching, okay? So the most logic way is to, for example, what you can do, okay? The first thing, you can lower estradiol, okay? So you can improve your body fat, okay, your nutrition. You, for example, you can avoid 5-alpha reductase inhibitors generally, okay, because there are also many supplements that block 5-alpha reductase inhibitors and you don't even know that, okay? So lion's mane, astaxanthin, synthetic vitamin E, all these kind of things, okay? So you can do this. Then you can lower estradiol. There are many great substances, natural, that can do this, okay? And afterwards, you can think about adding DHT, okay? So I always think your own DHT is better than exogenous, okay? Because also exogenous, it means that you need to use it, okay? Otherwise, you will lose these like levers, okay, for your libido, erectile dysfunction, even your body composition and so on, strength, okay? so mood, yeah, because all this is affected by DHT. Okay, so yeah, that's the first thing. Okay, the second thing, as a, for example, TRT guy, okay, what you can do, yeah, you can like choose the right ester. Okay, so for example, prop or injecting daily will have less effect on estradiol, okay, if you are taking this already. Okay, also for PFS PSSD guys, okay, what you can do, the first thing, take a look, or everyone, okay, before you decide to start with anything. Okay, definitely you need to have SHBG, okay, you definitely need to have like estradiol, prolactin, okay, free testosterone, okay, and probably DHT, okay. It's paracrine hormone, but even serum DHT can tell us a little bit about how much you really have in the body. In tissue can be a little bit different, or action of DHT in tissue can be also longer. Okay, so but I think also serum DHT is saying at least something. Okay, so if you really want to do like more in-depth test, you can do Dutch test. Okay, even if you are on TRT, if you suffer from PFS, PSSD, because also what you will also get is how is it your DHT, is your DHT being then metabolized 5 beta or 5 alpha pathways. Okay, so 5 beta no good, okay, 5 alpha good. Okay, so it's not only about high DHT, okay, it's also about how also it will metabolize, okay, afterwards. Yeah, so yeah, DHT girls, okay, DHT girls, maybe you have seen alpha girls on Twitter and so on, big claims how they fix everything. Okay, so how they fix everything, how it looks. Okay, so first of all, I'm not talking about alpha gels, but I will talk about things in general. Okay, most of these underground DHT gels most likely are not even having some DHT. I have seen many tests. I have, for example, different source there than alpha gels, because I have seen certificates. Okay, so every batch is coming with certificate, how much is there, okay, inside. So proper analysis is really good, because most likely you will get junk products. In many cases you will get junk products. Okay, so what you can still do is testosterone cream, because also testosterone cream, even applied the same way as DHT cream, a gel, can have very similar effect. And also testosterone cream convert in DHT pretty good. Okay, so it's much better than injectable, okay, testosterone, because injectable testosterone can aromatize a lot, especially long esters. Okay, so this can be the first thing. Okay, so another thing could be that you find really good source. Okay, so like I said, I'm using different source, I cannot name it here. Okay, so I'm using completely different source for this. Yeah, and honestly, it can apply topically down there. Okay, so because we can have more receptors, so the increase can be much greater compared to rest of the body. Okay, so, and especially if you want to fix things like erectile dysfunction, because DHT has effect on smooth muscle in penile tissue. Okay, DHT is also extremely crucial for NNOS and ENOS. All are bonus molecules. NOS is boner molecule. NOS is like what's starting the erection. Okay, so yeah, the big problem is that most of these gels are also overused. Okay, so it's not only about that, yeah, I will have like super high DHT and everything change for me. It doesn't work like that. Okay, so normal DHT level, if you have like, let's say you have like the problem is in the current situation, most guys have very low testosterone. Okay, so their DHT generally, okay, I see young guys having like 250 to 350 like testosterone, total testosterone. Okay, if you have high SHBG, high estradiol, then you are lucky if you have like 20 to 30 nanograms per deciliter. Even guys that never touch like 5 alpha reductase inhibitors, okay? And this is crazy, okay? This is crazy because testosterone is the first substrate, okay, for DHT. Of course, you can use DHEA and have a additional like DHT kick or boost in libido, okay? But if you can control estradiol, of course, yeah. But generally, almost every guy has really like low, low DHT right now, or many guys have. Okay, so let's say you have like 800, and you should have the normal DHT level should be around 80 to 100. Okay, so it's nothing like it's nothing special. Okay, I am almost 50 and uh, I am close to these levels. Okay, so even naturally. Okay, so right now no supplements, nothing. Okay, I use supplements and other things to optimize. Okay, even my hormones, but it's on demand. It's not like taking everything daily. Okay, yeah, I can supercharge it a little bit more. Okay, but right now for my needs it's okay. Okay, so guys, you need to understand first of all your testosterone need to be up, okay, in order to get DHT, and also for like to get some effect from DHT you also need to think that you really don't need like I think 400 500 nanograms per deciliter of DHT. Why? Okay, can someone explain me? Okay, so also guys that are watching my channel, and if you tried like any type of DHT, okay, so write down your experience. I want to listen. Okay, so write down your experience. I want to have a look what's going on. Okay, because I personally think that always should be ratio between testosterone to DHT. Okay, so DHT to estradiol, and also uh, for your sexual functioning, libido, and so on. Very crucial things are, like I said, prolactin and estradiol. Okay, so yeah, you have like even 1200 testosterone, but if your estradiol is 50, 60, okay, what's the point? What's the point? You will have problem. The higher estradiol will cause this venous leakage. Okay, so then you need to have like Cialis in your stag, okay, and so on and so on. Okay, so why not fix these basics? And top of that, like you can use DHT gel, okay, you can use any kind of DHT boosters, even tribulus. Okay, so if you know how to use it, even tribulus can be helpful because it can increase DHT like by 40 to 50%. Okay, so if you optimize the basics, then you don't probably even need DHT gel. DHT gel, from my point of view, is good for like penile rehab because if you had like low DHT for a longer time, your smooth muscle can be affected and so on. So for that case, DHT gel is, I think, really good. Okay, but you need to use it like for 3 to 6 months. Okay, so yeah, I have seen one video last time. Okay, one guy was on Lucas' podcast and he was talking about how low dose DHT gel is not suppressing anything. Honestly, I'm not too sure. Okay, so because uh, I know guys that have been taking like low dose Proviron and so on, and they have everything was okay. Okay, but we are talking about low dose. Okay, so we are talking about 70 mg and less, okay? So I have seen some guys that have been messed up with even 15 milligram of proviron, but proviron can even lower SHBG, okay? So that's the problem, okay? So honestly, I don't know how DHT gels are contributing to SHBG lowering, okay? But they have effect on estradiol definitely, okay? So not as strong as aromatase inhibitors, but they have some, okay? So yeah, and this guy was claiming in this podcast that DHT gel in small dose will not be suppressive, okay? So there are two sides, okay? I got also from other doctors, they experience, okay, really well-known names, okay? They tell me about that the DHT gel will be suppressive, okay? So you cannot use it as a monotherapy, most likely, yeah? Because I was also thinking about trying this as a monotherapy, but it looks like it cannot be used as a monotherapy. Probably it can be also because it will lower estradiol too much over the time, okay? So also one positive effect of DHT gels and like injectable DHT is that they can upregulate 5-alpha reductase enzyme. So at the end, you will convert more of your testosterone to DHT. So after some times, you can even lower the dose and you will still get more effect. You can convert like 10 to 1, even better because of that, okay? But here is another hack, okay? Because many guys think it's only DHT. No, it's not, okay? So also IGF-1 can have effect with upregulation of 5-alpha reductase enzyme. Sometimes if IGF-1 is low, therefore it's good to have like things like growth hormone on your testosterone replacement therapy because it can boost IGF-1, okay, to the normal levels, okay? So you need to understand that also IGF-1 is limiting step in upregulation of 5-alpha reductase enzyme. Okay, that's it, guys. Tell me about your experience with DHT. I would like to read it. Okay, so tell me about you using Butea, Tribulus, using injectable DHT, DHT gels, anything. Okay, so see you. Bye.